When we're done, we are going to add some uh, effects and objects to our scene in order to show the speed of our astronauts. To do that, I'm going to duplicate my plant shine, and then I'm going to just make sort of keyframe to the position. So for the first one, I'm going to just around 1 second or maybe 15 frames. I'm going to animate the position of it and just cut it down up to 15 frames and just ease these two. And well, we are going to do the same process. To do that, we need actually to change the position, and also we can change the amount of scale to differentiate from the first one. And this is going to be a sort of an offset process in order to make our scene a little bit more natural. So change the position. So when you're done with 3, you can just duplicate, and also again you can use this 3 layers, just duplicate it and just change their positions. So I guess I don't need this one. Let's check it out. Yeah, it's much more better. Yeah, it's much more better right now. Another things that we can do, we can add actually to our animation is about the speedy lines. So I'm going to use my pen tool once more and just create a line just like this, and I'm going to set the width of my stroke to 10. Then simply I want to change the name of this layer to line, and also I'm going to change the color to some pink, in order to make it distinguished from other layers. And then I'm going to simply add a trim path to it, and here I'm going to make a keyframe at both amount 0 and up to 15 frames. I'm going to add the amount of end properties to 100, and at 1 second I'm going to change the amount of starting point to 100, and then we ease these two. Yeah, also we can make shorter the length of our animation. Yeah, it's much more better. Once we are done, just cut it off up to this and just change the line. And this process is going to be continued up to the very end of our compositions. Something like this. Okay, when we are done with creating the lines, so let's check it out. So I want to make a sort of opposite to that. yeah, it looks cool. It works fine with me. So let's change the color of this snow layers to some orange. And next, we can animate the our uh, astronauts line. To do that, I'm going to just use CC bend it. I'm going to choose the starting point at the very bottom of our astronauts, and also, yeah, that's more better. So here I'm going to start to make a new keyframe on the amount of bend. Hit U in order to bring the keyframes that just we created in 15 frames. No, actually, at the very first beginning, I'm going to bend it like this, and at the 15 frames, I'm going to change it to 10, and also this is going to be looped. And the last keyframe here is going to be here at the end of our composition. Then I'm just ease all these keyframes. And one thing is to notice here, our capsule is not attached to the astronauts. To do that, actually, I want to just parent it with my astronauts. Let's check it out. Does it really works or not? No, it doesn't work. So let's add our CC bend to the capsule. So let's change the position of starting and ending. So I guess, yeah, it looks better right now. One thing that needs to be checked all the time. We need to change the change the position of the starting point, so it works right now. So one thing more, we need to animate our dagger with the hand. To do that, actually I'm going to change the anchor point to the very end, to the right, around to the center of the hand, and just bring up my rotation and also position. I'm going to make a keyframe and just change the rotation to some amount around minus 45 degrees, and also change the position. At 15 frames, I'm going to change the position as well, make a sort of curvy, and also position to around 15. So I'm going to ease all these keyframes and just duplicate up to the very end. So yeah, it's much more better. check it out one more time. Now it's much better. Our capsule's not working perfectly right now, so one thing, yeah, I need to this and also change the starting and end position once more. Yeah, it's much better right now. Yeah, it's much more better right now. So when we are done with the objects, lines, and the animation, at the next step, we're going to add some final touches in order to complete our animation. I'm going to add an adjustment layer. I'm going to call it as effects. Oh, oops. Yeah. First things first, I want to add dip glow effects. So as you can see, by default, the amount of the glowiness is too much. I'm going to change the radius to around 100, and also change the exposure to around 0.2. It's much more better. Also, you can play with the other properties in order to find out about new things. For example, aspect ratio, I'm going to enable it and change the amount of aspect ratio to around 2, and also change the direction of it in order to make a sort of these shiny effects. So for now, I just don't want to use it. I'm satisfied with the amount that just I add to the amount of radius and exposure. Also in gamma, in chromatic, if I'm not mistaken, yes, we can add some chromatic aberration to our characters and scenes. So you can change the color of it, for example green and blue. So for now I'm going to stick to red and blue, and here we can change the amount of chromatic aberration. So I want to leave it as 0.1 or maybe 0.2. Feels cool for me right now. So also I want to decrease a little bit more amount of glowiness. Then I'm going to add some sort of textures. I just want to create another adjustment layer, and I want to call it noise effect. Here I'm going to add noise and set the amount of noise to 10. It feels very gorgeous right now, and in order to have a kind of unsharp edges for the things that we just created in this animation, we can also add turbulent displays. It really depends on you to choose these settings to add this sort of effects to your animation. And if you think that it is not very cool, so you can just delete it, add your own effects to it. I just want to mention that it really up to you. So I'm going to change the amount of size to 1. No, actually 2 is good. And the amount of complexity is about 2. Actually it's too much, so I'm going to leave it as 1. And it is still too much, so I'm going to decrease the amount to around 30. Yeah, it's much more better right now. And also I'm going to add an expression time 20 to the evolution, and add some sharpen to it. Let's set the amount of sharpening to 10. Yeah, it's really cool. It is really cool right now without adding any other effects. Next things, in order to make it colorize, we can add an effect called tritone. So we just need to change the color of the midtones to whatever colors that you are interested in it. It really depends on you and your taste and desire. So right now, I guess is enough for now. One thing to mention is that in order to colorize, the background, we can add simply a four color gradient to our background. So as you can see, it really affects. So let's let's increase the amount of jitter, and let's decrease the amount of blending mode to around 50, and let's set the amount of the blending mode to screen. And here we can change the color to whatever color that you want it. One thing to mention is that the color that you just choose here, it actually affected by the tritones that we just created at the very above line, very above layer. So we need to play with these colors to get the the results that you just want. Yeah, when you're satisfied, you can change its position. Something like this, and you can also decrease the amount of opacity to the amount that you just prefer. So I feel okay with this one. One thing to mention is that we need we actually can add another effect to the layers that belongs to our animation, which is the plant, the astronauts, the waves, all of them. Before that, let's parent these lines to our trail. Yeah, it's cool. So let's add our another effect, which is directional blur. Yes, let's add it to, for example, let's add it to our astronauts first. So let's choose it, the amount of blurriness, and also the change. Yeah, let's put it at 4 by now. Just copy and paste it to other layers as well. Yeah, when we are done, so you can see the results. If you are not satisfied with the three-tone, you can actually decrease the opacity to a amount that you are prefer, 50%, whatever. And the last thing is kind of vintage effects. Double click on ellipse tool, so that's inverted, and then let's go to feather, to a very big amount, maybe 400 is good. Also you can expand it a little bit in order to make the edges thinner if you want. Yeah, so here you can see the difference. So also you can invisible the 4 color gradients if you are not satisfied with the result of the background. It really ups to you. And our animation process is done. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or problem, you can just tell me in the comment section. If you subscribe to my channel, it would be very appreciated, and if you like this video, just hit that like button, and it really helps me. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and see you on the next videos.